is up, my internet friends and family? I'm Charmix, and today I'm going to be reacting to 5 creepy sounds picked up on sleep recording apps by Top 5s. Now, Top 5s make great videos, so make sure you go subscribe to them, and hopefully this video isn't too creepy. But with that being said, the original link's in the description, and let's begin.
I'm sure you've all heard of the sleep recording apps, the ones that allow you to capture any sleep talking you may do throughout the night.
I've actually never heard of that, so I guess that's a thing.
They are great fun, and some of the stuff you say is pretty funny. But what if you listen back the next morning, only to hear something that doesn't sound right? What if you're alone that night, yet there are 2 voices being picked up whilst you are sound asleep?
That would be terrifying.
Now, before I begin with these unexplained sleep recordings, I'm in no way saying they are paranormal, alien, or any other unexplained beings voicing themselves, because they can be so easily faked. But the people who posted them want some explanations and seem pretty convincing in their stories. So grab some headphones, sit back, and enjoy.
Alright, so before this starts, I kind of want to try doing something like this. Not recording my voice in my sleep, because I don't know if I talk in my sleep. I don't really care if I talk in my sleep. I kind of want to record myself, like, with a video camera, just because, which is actually creepy now that I say that, but just because I've found that I think I might have sleep apnea, where you stop breathing, because recently I've been having it where I'm sleeping and I'm just like gasping for air, and I don't know what's causing it, but I might need to go to the doctors over that. So I've kind of wanted to try recording myself just to get evidence that it is sleep apnea. However, I'm also afraid that either something paranormal is going to happen or something's going to freak me out, so that's why I'm kind of hesitant towards recording myself. And now I'm going to be reacting to this, which is even going to make me more scared to record myself. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out before we start. Let's begin.
The Chicago Roar. This next recording was sent to a paranormal channel by a man living in Chicago, who, along with his family, had been experiencing lots of what they believe was paranormal activity around their home. Things such as waking up at night to see shadow figures in the one man's room, to hearing scratching and knocking coming from the bedroom doors. But as well as these experiences, the whole family heard footsteps coming from the upstairs bedrooms when they sat downstairs, and after going to investigate, no animals were ever found or linked to the sounds. Why am I reacting to this? Aside, the man decided to set up a sleep recorder, not intending to capture anything other than the app's intention of seeing if he talks in his sleep.
This is going to make me paranoid.
But at some time during the night, a loud, pretty disturbing sound can be heard, along with another strange noise sometime after. He or his family do not know what it is and want an explanation, so take a listen and see what you think. Now, when trying to figure out where the sound came from, the family are all out of ideas. It's not known if they live close to a road, but it is possible that it could have been something driving past, although it doesn't really sound like that.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like someone driving past. What kind of car makes sound? None. No car makes sound like that, and if they do, the car isn't driving. It's stuck somewhere, because that car isn't going anywhere if it's making those kind of sounds.
Despite the believed paranormal activity, the family did not come out and claim that it's related to the strange activity in their house. But they do not know what it is, and are looking for some theories. What's yours?
Why am I reacting to this? I'm getting paranoid.
This next sound was posted anonymously in 2014 on a site called Above Top Secret, and came with a short story of a man whose neighbour had been complaining of loud noises coming from his apartment in the middle of the night. Curious as to what they were talking about, he set up a recorder and confirmed what his neighbour had been hearing on a few separate nights. Take a listen.
What? This is a little bit
At
creepy.
first, he thought the sound could be him talking in his sleep, but realised he doesn't seem to be the only one talking. And even creepier, they seem to be talking in a different language that he cannot recognise or speak. Now, this could be him mumbling, but that doesn't explain what he thinks is a second voice. The man says he was alone during all of the recordings and doesn't know what to make of it, but is pretty creeped out. What's your theories?
Why am I don't fucking know what it could be. That's freaking freaky. Why am I reacting I already suffer from paranoia. This is gonna make it worse. Like, I watched a horror movie. No, it wasn't even a horror movie. I was watching some other spooky thing, and I was legitimately paranoid for around 2 weeks. I've finally gotten over it. And here I am doing the exact same thing again. This is gonna make me paranoid that they're like supernatural shit going on around here.
Exploding head syndrome.
Oh,
Now,
I actually
this
heard
is
of
a
this
strange
before.
one. It's not exactly a sound that has been recorded at night because it would be impossible to do so, but a sound that is heard inside the minds of many people around the world just before or waking from a sleep. It's called exploding head syndrome and is a condition that causes the person to hear loud noises such as explosions and gunshots, often followed by flashes of light and body spasms.
That'd
Although
be
impossible
weird.
to record inside someone's head, this replicated recording is a close match for many of those who suffer from the condition. Take a listen.
Wait, so it's a replication. I'm kind of, is it gonna be like a gunshot or something? Is that what it sounds like? Is that what it really? I've heard of the syndrome before, but I thought it would be like a gunshot. That kind of sounded like an electronic beat. I mean, you could make a song with that right there.
It's classed as a mysterious sleep disorder and occurs when a person is between sleep and waking. And although there is no specific cause for it, and no one knows exactly why or how it happens, it's widely thought that stress levels are a contributing factor. The good news for sufferers is that it does usually go away on its own, but pretty crazy how the mind can do this. If anyone has ever suffered from exploding head syndrome, then let us know in the comments what your experiences living with it is like. In 2010, a property manager was working on the renovation of a new apartment, and from day one, workers were experiencing problems with their electronic equipment, but since the site was close to a radio tower, this was the believed cause. However, when the workers and tenants started seeing dark shadows and orbs in the building, rumours started spreading that the apartment had been built on an Indian burial ground. Local paranormal groups were brought in to investigate the area, but all of their equipment would either malfunction or the batteries would drain quickly despite being fully charged. Still
wouldn't give
thinking
them
this
some
could have
kind of
something to
hint?
do with the radio tower, they left without finding any paranormal activity. But then the property manager kept getting nails in her car tyres. She complained to the construction company that the site must be unclean, but even after sweeping the entire site, her car tyres kept picking up the nails. I don't know how this is related to the believed paranormal activity, but her husband believed it was, so put a crucifix in his wife's car, and this immediately solved the problem. Shortly after this, his wife's health started to deteriorate, resulting in the need for 2 major operations, and she was also diagnosed with a painful condition called fibromyalgia. It was around this time they started using a sleep recording app, and after a few weeks of general nighttime talking, they caught a few sounds that they cannot explain. Take a listen.
Is it
They
just
do
Lupin?
have 3 cats, although don't see how it could have been them. The lady's husband is concerned that his wife has spirits attached to her, and they are responsible for her poor health, car problems, and the sounds they caught at night. What do you think?
I don't know. It's very creepy, and I don't want to think about it because I'm gonna get paranoid.
This next sound will get you thinking, more than any other sound in this list. It was recorded by Jenny on a sleep app that she had been using for months called Sleep as Android. And for the duration, nothing remarkable was heard until on the 30th of December 2013 at 2:04 am, something
is 2
different
years-
from the
or
regular
3 years
sounds it
old.
picked up at night was caught. Jenny was with her 3-year-old son asleep at the time, and they were the only 2 people in the house. The app picked up clicking sounds that seemed to get louder, followed by a woman who Jenny says sounds like her, saying, "What are you doing?" and a deep male voice that says nothing. The clicks then continue before the male voice, although debated, says, "That's them." Now, the female voice is most likely Jenny, as she is known to talk in her sleep, but the male voice hasn't been explained. After she shared the audio, some serious sound analysis was done, and one person who analysed separate samples of Jenny and her young son's voice believes the male voice could not have been Jenny's or her son's. Take a listen and see what you think.
Friggin', oh my goodness.
What are you doing? Okay. That's right. What are you doing? Okay.
That's creepy. Although it could be staged. Well, I mean, most of these could be staged.
After Jenny shared the audio online, like I said, it was heavily looked into, and quite a lot of people say a robber is more believable than it being anything paranormal.
A robber? No, that is a interesting idea. Imagine a robber, like, breaking into your house, and you're, like, sleepwalking or whatever, you're just out of it, and you're like, what are you doing? And the robber's like, nothing. That's a very interesting idea for what it could have been.
Perhaps someone had broken into Jenny's house and she subconsciously heard them whilst asleep and asked, "What are you doing?" It was also pointed out that the clicking sounds close to the phone, however the male voice does not. Some say this could suggest that two people were in the bedroom and the clicking was them opening something. Now, it could be something far less sinister, but who knows. Strangely, Jenny did say that her son asked her the day after the recording where Ho was. When she asked him who was Ho, he told her the black guy with no face. She said her son does say some odd things at times and doesn't see how this could be related to the sounds, but due to the timing of him saying this, it freaked her out enough to share it. After that night, Jenny does not listen to the app's recordings and just uses it to monitor her sleep. She has since moved out of that house and is genuinely unsettled thinking about what the sound could have been. I don't know what it is, but also don't know what would be more terrifying, a paranormal being or a home invasion in the bedroom while she slept.
Yeah, in that case, I would go further than moving out of my house. I would move out of the state I was living in. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked this video. This was very interesting. A little bit creepy. I mean, all of these could be fake, and I wouldn't be surprised if one or two are, but I'm pretty sure, you know, maybe one or two of these aren't fake, and that is just too creepy to think about. Alright guys, hope you liked this video. This is quite interesting, and if you did like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Possibly share it with a friend. If you're new, subscribe and join the family today, and I'll see you guys next time. Woo!